Here we are in one of the most scenic grounds in the not just in the country but in the entire world, the HPCA Stadium, Dharamshala. We are here for the latest episode of Fours and Sixes as India is getting ready to take on New Zealand in the next game of the World Cup. Hello and welcome to the show. This is Gomesh. Let's talk through all the key points that we have to look at for this India New Zealand clash. The biggest talking point will be the absence of Hardik Pandya, who has stayed back in Pune and he could visit NCA should the need arise, but he has a week to recover from the ankle injury that he sustained in Pune during the match against Bangladesh. He will be missing this clash, and that puts a big question over India's combinations because Hardik was that pillar who's holding the middle order together. He can bowl, he can bat, he was the one who was giving the necessary balance that India needed to play the combination that they wanted to play with Shardul Thakur at number 8. But in the absence of Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja becomes number 6 and Shardul Thakur becomes number 7. And whether they want to go with an extra batter or an extra bowler, it weakens the either departments. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Whether they go with Ishan Kishan or Surya Kumar Yadav and bring in someone like Mohammad Shami in place of Shardul Thakur, given that this is a venue where 69 of the 103 wickets that has been taken by bowlers so far in men's ODIs that have played in this venue have, have gone to the fast bowlers. It's generally swings a lot through the day as well as in the evening under the lights. And even in this tournament, Pacers have generated more swing in the first 10 overs in this venue than any other venue. So it will be interesting to see if Shami comes in for Shardul Thakur and India go with the extra batter in place of Hardik Pandya to maintain that batting depth because they will be countering a very strong pace attack from New Zealand. With New Zealand captain Tom Latham confirming that Tim Southey is available for selection, a pace attack that consists of Matt Henry, Trent Boult, Loki Ferguson itself is very, very potent and it's something that could trouble the Indian top order. Rohit Sharma, for example, has been constantly troubled by Trent Boult in men's ODIs. His average is in the early 20s against the left arm seamer from New Zealand. And it'll be interesting to see how the Indian captain takes on the left arm pacer because he has set the tone for India early on. He's the one who's taking the attack to the bowlers in the power play. He's batting at a strike rate well over 150 in the power play in this particular tournament. So it'll be interesting to see that particular battle. And remember, this is also the first time the two teams meet in the ICC World Cup since the semi-final in the Old Trafford in the 2019 edition. In that match, the New Zealand pace attack, the pace attack that we are talking about, reduced India to 5 for 3, and from there on things went downhill. Despite that, one innings from Ravindra Jadeja, India fell short and they were knocked out of the tournament. How much of that will happen again, considering how much the conditions here will suit them, will be interesting to see. It is also a top tier clash because both teams have won all their 4 matches so far, and it is essentially a contest that decides who finishes at the top of the table at least midway through the tournament. Things could change in the second half, but at this point in time, both India and New Zealand are the two teams at the top 2 places, and this win could decide who edges ahead and runs away with the momentum for this particular tournament. There are other interesting battles as well because Indian bowling attack, Indian pace attack also is a very, very strong one, especially in Indian conditions, and they could make use of the conditions that are offered here in Dharamshala as well. But because New Zealand might not have the services of Kane Williamson, and they once again will have to pull together as a group. For they are a team without that many superstars. They want all the players to come together and contribute to make sure they put on a good show against India. The other key point that we'll have to keep an eye on is the outfield, which has come under the radar since the start of the tournament. It still looks a bit patchy. You can see the brown patches here and there, but it'll be interesting to see how the teams practice here and how it plays out tomorrow. We will be here after the match as well to give you all the updates and what happened. But for now, this is Gomesh signing off. Stay tuned.